In the dead of night, a massive merchant vessel cuts through heavy ocean waves in the Gulf of Oman, steering directly toward a restricted port. This Gambia-flagged bulk carrier ignored 20 consecutive warnings from U.S. forces as it attempted to breach an active naval blockade. Stopping a rogue ship usually requires a high-risk boarding operation, manually seizing the vessel while it's underway. Commanders on the scene decided the physical risk to personnel was too high and opted for a surgical alternative. An aviation-launched Hellfire missile struck the engine compartment with extreme precision, instantly disabling the ship's propulsion. Achieving this without sinking the ship or setting it ablaze is a difficult technical feat. The goal was to leave the vessel adrift, a specific tactical outcome that few global militaries can reliably execute. This specific interception marks the 6th time a commercial vessel has attempted to break through this American perimeter. U.S. intelligence indicates that Tehran is explicitly ordering these ships to probe the blockade, searching for any potential gaps or weaknesses in the defense. This isolated explosion is a systemic symptom of a much larger campaign. The blockade has successfully severed the primary trade routes of an entire nation, and the pressure of that isolation is starting to manifest at the water's edge. Beyond this single ship, U.S. forces are conducting a massive logistical operation to ensure no commerce enters or leaves Iranian ports. The global fallout of these closures is visible at every gas pump in the U.S. and across the supply chains of Asian markets. However, the situation inside Iran is obscured by a strict media and intelligence blackout, hiding the internal consequences from the world. Intelligence reports suggest the blockade has caused the Iranian economy to completely flatline. Analysts project that as the current restrictions remain in place, the economy will reach a point of total collapse by midsummer. This timeline is placing intense pressure on the regime and the leaders of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In this context, collapse means reaching a level of desperation where the central government loses all functional control over the populace. This impending economic failure is the exact reason Tehran is recklessly ordering civilian ships to test the strength of the U.S. naval blockade. Iran's desperation is already bleeding across the Persian Gulf toward its neighbors. Recent reporting reveals that the United Arab Emirates has launched dozens of covert airstrikes against Iranian targets since the early days of the conflict. The UAE utilizes a highly capable air force, largely built on advanced military hardware supplied by the United States. These secret strikes have targeted critical industrial sites and oil refineries, further straining the Iranian economy. UAE forces have also targeted sovereign islands in the strait, specifically Abu Musa, which has been under Iranian control for decades. Despite the blackout, Iranian intelligence likely knows these strikes are coming from the UAE, rather than from US or Israeli hardware. The UAE's aggressive posture is a direct response to Iran targeting them with a steady stream of drones and missiles. The U.S. naval blockade has transitioned from a maritime deterrent into a crushing economic weapon. It is bankrupting the regime, forcing a hidden shadow war into the open, and turning the Gulf into a powder keg with a midsummer fuse.